to Gentle Yoga. This is Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org on the web or Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center on Facebook to check out our schedule of daily classes offered on Zoom. We're also available for folks in Palm Springs in the mornings at Ruth Hardy Park, starting next week, Tuesday, and as we have been for a while, Thursday through Sunday. And there's a tip jar online too, where you can make contributions to support these classes that we're offering. We're going to start out today for this gentle class in a reclined posture, down on your back with the soles of your feet together. So some like to put their feet together and then lie down. Some like to lie down and then put their feet together. Do whatever suits you. If you have yoga blocks, you might use blocks under the outsides of your knees to take the weight of your legs and make the posture more passive. Now, sometimes this doesn't feel good to have your feet together and your knees splayed. It can bring some discomfort in the hips. Or if it's uncomfortable for you in any way, you can start like this with the soles of your feet planted, your knees leaning in towards each other a bit. Take the pressure out of your lower back. Hands can rest on the ground or on your body, maybe feeling your heartbeat, feeling the movement of your breath. Close your eyes if you like. And to get started, just observe your breathing, notice your breath. Give it a chance to slow down and get deeper as your body finds its comfortable stillness. Make any adjustments you need to be comfortable or to get comfortable again. Sometimes what's comfortable slips away. Take in the movements of your breath, the way your contact with the ground changes as the air moves in and out of your lungs. Notice the way these movements feel in your body as your breath deepens and slows. Scan your body from head to toe and just take in whatever other sensations are present. Notice whatever's going on. Make special note of anything that doesn't seem so good today, any stiffness or soreness going on. So you can keep it in mind as we practice, knowing that you're always welcome to skip or modify any part of the practice. If you wish to add any intention of your own to help guide you through practice, direct your practice, you can do so now. Let that sink in. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. Now to come out of this posture, if you've got your feet together and your knees splayed, it's best to use your arms to help your legs. Bring your hands to your knees, nudge your knees towards each other, let the soles of your feet come to rest on the ground. Move those blocks out of the way if you were using blocks there. And we're going to go right to something we usually do at the end of practice when we do it, using our strap. I'm going to do it near the beginning of practice. Mix things up, bring your knees towards your chest, take up your strap, and run it under your feet. Taking one end in each hand. Staying grounded, check in with
the back of your body. We want the back of your head and your shoulder blades and your sacrum, the bony plate at the base of your spine, to all remain on the ground, and reach your feet up. So your legs and your strap and your arms are long. Point your toes up at the sky. Point your toes down towards your face. And let your feet relax. Slide your feet apart, keeping them inside that strap. Slide your feet together. Take your right foot out of the strap, press your right heel and right calf to the mat. Hold the strap in your right hand to reach your left arm to the side. Draw your leg over to the right and turn your head to the left. So now your sacrum is going to lift away from the floor. Try to keep your shoulders grounded. And we'll spend a couple minutes or so in each of these 4 positions here. Just see what happens over time. Maybe on some of those exhales, you feel a bit more release, find a bit more opening. Adjust the tension on the strap and the position of your arm as needed to help support and guide your leg to where it wants to go. Slowly come back up to center. Take the strap in your left hand. Press your right hand down in front of your right hip. Want to keep the right side down, keep the right cheek on the ground, and let your limbs fall open to the left. Very gently, come back to center. Raise your right leg, step your right foot into the strap. Take your left foot out, press your left leg down, reach your right arm to the side, draw your leg over to the left and turn your head to the right. back up to center. Keep the strap in your right hand. Press down on the front of your left hip bone. Let your limbs fall to the right. Nice and easy. Come back up to center. Lift your left leg. Draw your knees in. Set the strap aside. Hug your knees. Rock and roll on your back. Massage your lower back against the ground. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out. Get your hands away from your feet. Exhale, curl up in a ball. Take a few more breaths like that. Full body stretch, big full breath. Using the whole inhale to lengthen and the whole exhale to curl up. And we'll start to sit up. You might rock front to back to get there, or you might tip to one side, put your hand to the floor, and use your arms to sit up instead. Sit in whatever way is comfortable for you. You don't have to sit the way I sit. Feel your contact with the floor. Think about the length of your spine. So you sit tall without being stiff or rigid. Bring your hands to your sides, fingertips on the floor. Inhale, reach your right arm up alongside your ear. Then exhale, reach to your left. Feel the length all from your right hip to your right fingertips. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, come into a seated twist with your right hand behind you, left hand on your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up again. Exhale, invite your body to twist some more. Seeing with each breath if there's a little further to go.
Come on back to center. Inhale, lift your left arm up. As you exhale, reach across to your right. Inhale to come up. And as you exhale, come into the other seated twist. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, see about twisting some more. Let yourself unwind, come back. Rest your hands on your knees or thighs. Inhale to bring your heart forward, let your head tip back. Exhale, draw your heart back and let your head tip forward. Follow your own breath for a few more cycles. After your next exhale, sit up. And let's roll out the neck a bit. Let your chin come down towards your chest. Roll your right ear towards your shoulder. Let your head tip back. Continue in slow, gentle circles. If any part of the neck seems particularly tight, you might pause and rock back and forth where the tight spot is. When you finish the next circle, change direction and take a few going the other way. And when you finish your next circle, lift your chin. And let's come up onto our hands and knees. Bring your hips above your knees, your shoulders above your wrists. If it's too much in your wrist, have your shoulders right above your wrists. Bring your hands forward, have the shoulders back behind the wrists a bit. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. Take a couple breaths. Relax the pressure on your foot. Bring it out to the side in line with your hip. Let it come to rest over there. I'm going to explore a rocking motion, starting out small. A little goes a long way. Pay attention to how it feels on the inner right thigh to make sure you don't overdo it. Exhale, sit back towards your left heel a little. Inhale, glide forward and feel it out. How much feels beneficial. Maybe the movement grows bigger, maybe it stays pretty small. You might feel this stretch in several different places. Outer hip, lower back over to the sacrum, the outsides of the knee, and the aforementioned inner thigh. Maybe you feel it somewhere that I don't. Those are the places I feel it.
time to come forward, pause the rocking, walk your hands forward, let your head come down between your arms. So it's like downward dog in your upper body. Walk your hands to the left, about a foot. And aiming to send your left hip a couple inches towards your left heel, push against your hands. Push against the floor with your hands. Walk your hands back to the center line and then back in. Slide your foot back out behind and bring your knee down. Take a few cows and cats. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale, bring your heart up. Let your head and tailbone come down. After your next exhale, come back to table. Reach back, press into the ball of your left foot. Let that leg lengthen there for a couple breaths. Ease off the pressure on your foot. Slide it out to the side. And start to explore that rocking motion. Starting up small. Exhale, go back a bit. Inhale, come forward. Each side can be different. Maybe only slightly different, maybe very different. Respect the differences, accommodate as needed. And let the next time you come forward be the last one of those rocking movements. Walk your hands out front again. Let your head come down between your arms. Walk your hands over to the right. And press into the floor with your hands. Walk your hands back to center and back in. Sweep your foot back, bring your knee down, take a few cows and cats. And then step your right foot up between your hands. You might use the blocks to bring the floor closer to your hands and give you more room to move your legs. Step your left foot up to meet it, hang out in your forward fold. Maybe keeping the blocks under your hands, setting them aside to let your hands hang in the air or drag on the ground as you sway back and forth. Bend one leg and the other, letting the weight of your head draw down towards the ground. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands to the front of your legs. Push against your legs, help the crown of your head drop forward away from your tailbone. Exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll up to standing, hands overhead, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands hang at your sides. Raise your right shoulder towards your ear. Slide it back, then let it down. And then your left shoulder up and back and down. Inhale, reach out to the side. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Bring your chin over towards your shoulder. Roll your chin down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Down past your sternum and up to the other shoulder. Face forward again. Inhale, spread your wings. Exhale, cross the other way. Bring your chin to your shoulder. Roll it down through center and up to the other side. Down through center, up to the other side. Face forward again. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist to the left. Take a couple full breaths. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come back. Exhale, let your arms down. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Interlace your fingers, reach your palms up. Look up at your hands, lift up your heart. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, bend to the left. Feel for length through both arms. Try to keep the right heel down and the right shoulder back. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale your arms out and up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Rest your fingertips on the ground. Step your left foot back. Runner's lunge. Inhale, reach your hands forward, reach your hands up, crescent lunge. Now, if the high lunge, crescent lunge is too much, let your back knee gently down and uncurl your back toe. So know you can do that anytime. You can change your mind. I might need to change my mind. I've been having some knee trouble. Exhale, sink forward in your hips, lower your arms parallel to the ground. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, rise. The movement in your leg can be as small or as big as you like. Twist to the left. Reach your left hand back, right hand forward. Your right hand can drop to your knee for steadiness. If you need to, come back to center, hands at your heart, and twist to the right. Left hand can always drop to your knee to steady. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your hands to the ground. Lift the back knee if it's down. So you come to runner's lunge. And then step the right foot back to meet the left and come to downward dog. And pedal your feet up and down for a few breaths. Bringing your heels closer to the ground. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rest your fingertips and step your right foot back. Take your runner's lunge, or you could go ahead and let the knee down now if you like. Inhaling, reach your arms forward, reach your arms up. Exhale, sink forward in your hips, lower your arms. Inhale, glide back and reach up. The pace of your breath, movement and breath, flowing continuously, smoothly. And twist to the right. Come back through center and twist to the left. Come back through center. Bring your hands down. If your right knee is down, curl your toes under, press into your foot to lift your knee, to come to runner's lunge. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Nod your head. Shake your head. Take 3 cleansing breaths. Let your knees down. Make your way to child's pose for a minute. Vary your child's pose as you like. It can be active or passive, supported with props. Scan your body, check in with your breathing. Inhale to come up onto your hands and knees, up to the table. Curl your toes under. Walk your hands in towards your knees. You come up standing on your knees. Sit back towards your heels to a degree that is okay for you. So this causes a lot of sensation in your feet. I'm sitting on my heels because I'm used to doing it and that's what feels good. But you can sit up as high as you want. You could even prop yourself. You could put a block, blanket, bolster, pillow between your heels and your butt, or between your butt and the floor. And then you know you're not going any lower than that prop allows. So you choose how much sensation you get in your feet as you stretch them.
And we'll stretch our hands. Raise your right hand in front of you, palm up. We'll spend one breath per finger. Take hold of your pinky with your left hand. Inhale, gently draw out. Exhale, gently draw down, opening your wrist and your palm. Next finger, inhale. Exhale. You can always adjust the height of your seat if the sensation in your feet changes. Maybe you feel like there's some more room and you can go lower, or maybe it seems like too much and you want to come up higher. Either is fine. Maybe you stay where you are. After the thumb, of course, switch hands. One breath for each of the left fingers. And after that second thumb, tip forward onto your hands. Uncurl your toes, so we're back at table. And then you're gonna tap your feet on the ground. And that can be hard or soft or fast or slow. I think this invigorating counter pose is the best part of the sequence. Cross your ankles. We're gonna come to a seat. So you might rock back and roll over your ankles or tip onto one hip and swing your legs around if it seems crazy to tip over your ankles like that. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back towards you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. If your knees want to bend, let them bend. Inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. Exhale, think of lowering some more. Maybe you find some more release. Maybe the fold deepens. Maybe the legs bend even more. Letting your breath do the work. Resist the urge to grab onto your legs or feet and yank yourself forward with your arms. It's a more effective release for your back if you let the work come from the inside. Let the breath sort of ratchet you forward and down. Maybe it's just a little tiny bit. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up the front of your legs. Sit up. Use your arms to nudge your legs apart to whatever degree is okay for you. We'll take another fold from here. So two ways we might do this. You might walk your hands down your legs to wherever you can, or you might rest your hands at center on the floor or on a block. I put my block too far away. Either one is fine. See which one feels better to you today. Maybe it's hands on the floor or a block out in front of you. Maybe it's your hands on your legs or feet. Let your neck relax. Inhaling, walk your hands back, using your arms to press your torso upright again. Nudge your legs back towards each other. Bring the soles of your feet together with a big space between your pelvis and your heels. We're going to grab the mat. You could reach under your ankles and grab the mat, or over your ankles and grab the mat. Walk your hands forward on the mat. Let your neck disengage and your head drop, and breathe into your lower back. And walk your hands back and sit up tall again. Bring your heels in as close as you can. Interlace your fingers, grab your toes in your hands, wriggle on your seat. Bring the bones in your seat closer to the floor to tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with your spine long. Maybe your elbows press down to the insides of your legs. When the long spine isn't lowering anymore, let your head lower. Breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. As we did earlier, bring your hands to your knees, let your arms lift your knees towards each other. Plant your hands on the floor out past your hips. Wiggle your feet out by the edges of your mat. Let your knees drift back and forth. To whatever degree they want to, whatever degree they can, whatever degree feels beneficial to you. Maybe turn your head to the opposite side as your knees go down. And then we're going to lie down. Make sure your blocks are within reach before you lie down. With your feet planted, knees pointing up, come down onto your back. With your heels as close to your butt as they'll go. You can put a block between your knees on the middle position. To serve as a spacer to keep your knees about the same distance apart as your hip sockets. Press into the soles of your feet and inhale to lift your hips up to bridge pose. For deeper heart opening, you could wriggle your shoulder blades in towards each other and clasp your hands under you and reach your knuckles towards your heels. Whether you do that or not, make sure your neck stays relaxed and your head is just resting on the ground. And you're breathing. Sometimes we hold our breath. It doesn't help. If your hands are clasped, unclasp them and exhale slowly, let your hips come down. And take a minute to float up and down in bridge as you like. Go as high as you want, as slow as you want. Take extra breaths where you want, at the top for more challenge, at the bottom for more rest. And we'll take supported bridge, lifting your hips up. Pause at the top. Put your other block underneath you. That's your sacrum. Find the height and position that feels right for you. And rest your weight on the block. Let that block do the work for a minute. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could do this with a bolster. You could do it with a spare yoga mat rolled up, throw pillow, folded blanket. You might even just make do by stacking one hand on top of the other, palms down, and rest your sacrum on your hand. Not as much height, but it's a little something. When you're ready to come out, press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips one last time. Slide the block out from under you. As you exhale, nice and slowly, let yourself down. Pause for a couple breaths after you land. Move your blocks out of the way. Draw your knees towards your chest, hug your knees, and rock and roll on your back. Massage it against the ground. Let your right foot down, cross your left knee over your right knee. If that's not accessible for you, cross your left ankle above your right knee. Reach your arms to the sides. Keep your shoulders grounded and let your legs fall to the right. Turn your head to the left. Bring your head and your knees back to center. Switch across over your legs. And twist the other way.
Come slowly back to center. Uncross your knees. Draw them in towards your chest. Reach your feet towards the sky. Reach up to take hold of your legs or your feet and play with bending and straightening your limbs in happy baby pose. If there's some other inversion you'd rather do, go ahead and do it. You can invert for as long as you like. And whenever you feel complete, make your way to your final resting pose for integrating your practice. You can conclude practice in any posture where you could be comfortably still for some minutes of quiet breathing. So maybe it's corpse pose, the classic final posture with your legs extended, your feet splayed apart, your hands out at your sides. It's more important to be comfortable than it is to be in this posture. If this isn't comfortable, come to a posture that is. If this doesn't feel good in your lower back, you might play at your feet and let your knees lean towards each other. You might bring the soles of your feet together and your knees splayed out the way we started. You might scoot over by a wall or a piece of furniture and put your legs up on that support and conclude practice in a passive inversion. Maybe you focus on your breathing or reflect on the intention you set for yourself for this practice, considering how you might extend that intention into the rest of your day and carry your practice off of the mat. Maybe you just let your mind unfocus and drift.
Begin to find some deeper breath. Slowly start to move around bit by little bit. Allow your movements to gradually grow bigger and bigger. Moving mindfully, savoring, prolonging the relaxed state. When you're ready, gently sit yourself up. Bring your hands by your heart. Thank you for sharing in practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste.